Hey guys, good morning. It's Mike Chen here in Auckland, New Zealand. Today is going to be such a fun food day. And it all starts for breakfast at Pizza Hut. Whoa, look at the prices. So about $10 to $11 for a large Pizza Hut pizza. Or you can get classic value pizzas for around, around 5-6 New Zealand dollars. This is so incredible value. All right, they are a little smaller than a typical large in the US, but still. So, got a meat lover and a margarita. Meat lover looks like loaded with pepperoni, ham, sausage, covered in barbecue sauce, tons of cheese on this. And this is on what they call a San Francisco crust. First of all, the cheese is great. Definitely better quality than cheese in the US. Meat's good, crust is delicious. Not too thin, not too thick. This is a little different than what I thought a margarita pizza would be. Onions, tomatoes, I think a little pesto in here. Overall, pizza tastes really good. Definitely like the meat lovers more. And speaking of meat, after pizza, I'm gonna go grab some ribs. Oh, you can eat ribs. I am at the rib crib and this is my happy place right here. I feel so happy right now looking at the dishes in front of me. So this restaurant is newly opened by Jordan and his father. And for the ribs, their goal is to fuse traditional Filipino flavors with American barbecue. And these ribs are ridiculous looking. It's simmered for 2 hours with their own concoction of sauces and spices until it's just fallen off the bone. Then it's grilled over charcoal and brushed with their secret barbecue sauce. The only thing I know that's in there is banana ketchup. You gotta love that. Also, I'm trying out their traditional adobo, which Jordan tells me the recipe has been in his family for at least a couple generations. That I'm so excited for as well. Let's start with the ribs. These are cooked to absolute perfection. Look at that beautiful color, and most importantly, look at these things falling off the bone. What? Just from pure gravity. Oh my God. These are some of the greatest ribs. If you live in Auckland or anywhere in New Zealand, come try these ribs out. These will be some of the greatest ribs you'll ever put in your mouth. The pork is just as tender as can be. And the flavors, this is what I love about Filipino food. They are not shy about flavor. This thing is savory, it's fragrant, it's a little sweet. So smoky. The ribs, of course, melt in your mouth tender. A little acid from the sauce to kind of balance out the richness. That is an absolute flavor bomb. Look at the beautiful char. The flavor has 100% penetrated throughout the ribs. I am such a big fan of these ribs. I'm just gonna chase them with little achara. This is a traditional Filipino pickle salad that's usually made with papaya, but here they're making it with purple cabbage. Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh, look at this. Seriously, tell me you are not salivating right now looking at this. These are rich, savory, fatty, packed with umami. I just took a bite with some cartilage. That gives it a nice crunch and more gelatinous flavor. Those ribs are a love affair with every single bite. I'm actually eating really slow right now because I don't want this experience to be over. Oh, and by the way, like I mentioned, this place does have an all-you-can-eat option. You should 100% take advantage of that. All-you-can-eat of some of the best ribs you'll ever put in your mouth for, I think it's about 45 New Zealand dollars, so pretty much less than you would pay for a regular full slab of ribs. You get unlimited of these, but only on Saturdays. This is unfortunately Tuesday, and I got a large dinner coming, so this is all I'm gonna get. Everything about this, from the sesame seeds to the herbs to that beautiful char. And of course you do taste the American barbecue influence on this as well. Thick, sticky, sweet barbecue sauce with the banana ketchup added. It's a genius move. This is the biggest piece. Again, every single piece, meat just falls off the bone. Really don't need much effort. Yeah. These are 10 out of 10. Next dish is something that's dear to my heart. It's one of my favorite traditional Filipino dishes of all time, adobo pork. And wow, just kind of prodding these pieces a little bit. Look at that. As you can see, the gorgeous fat, and the meat is just butter. Put a piece of that on the rice, drizzle some sauce. Close your eyes and just be transported back to the Philippines. The adobo, like I said, butter absolutely melts in your mouth. It's fatty, gelatinous-y. The flavor is rich, it's bold. That piece was pretty much all tendon right there. I mean, every single bite, you taste the tradition, you taste that authenticity. One of my favorite meals here in Auckland. Yeah, if you live in a city or in this country, come here and get these ribs. I think you'll want to come on a Saturday where you can eat as much as you want, because you'll want to eat as much as you want. And also, get the adobo. It's so good. Oh, that was so good. Now it's starting to rain. Okay, the next place I'm going to for food, it's gonna take a few hours drive. It's my first time driving on the other side of the road, so this could be interesting. So, heading to a city called Rotorua, which is about 2.5, maybe 3 hours away from Auckland. And tonight I'm gonna experience a traditional Maori cuisine. Let's go. So I've been driving for about an hour, and I think I turn on the windshield wiper when trying to signal every single time. But check this out, raspberry Coke. This is great, with a huge raspberry flavor. So this city is called Rotorua, also known as Sulphur City. And when you're driving in, you see like all these the steam coming out of all these hot springs, and you can definitely smell it. Yep, smells like a rotten egg. And I'm here for this, Te Patu. And this experience has been rated as one of the top 10 in the world by TripAdvisor, so really excited for this. So this has been a pretty incredible experience so far. When everybody filters in through the gates, you're taken to 4 different stations where you get to learn about traditional Māori culture, specifically the culture from this particular tribe. The first station, you learn about the village, where and how people lived, a little bit about the cultural interactions. My favorite part, every single station had a snack.
My cousin will be coming around with the first canapé. What we have on this canapé here, we have
shrimp wrapped in kawa leaf.
First one was shrimp wrapped in kawa leaf, which is a really minty leaf, and that goes really well with the sweet shrimp. Second station, the snack was fried bread with avocado and hara keke seed. And then learn to do a little haka, a lot harder than it looks. Third station, we had venison feta on a taro chip. And got to experience handling the poi, which was an ancient traditional weapon. Last station, the snack was manuka honey, watercress and cashew served on a sweet potato. And got to play a traditional game, which I lost, came in third. Finally, a performance of songs, dances, haka. So this is where the food comes out of. This is Hāngī, and this is an earth oven. And Chef Irehe here is going to tell me what goes in here and what this oven is about.
Back in the day, it would be soil, so we'll dig a hole and put the stones on top of the fire, burn the stones down, remove the ash, put the food on top of the stones, and then cover it with dirt. Here we've got chicken, beef cheek, and lamb leg. And then on top of that basket, we also have sweet potato, or the kumara, potato, bread, stuffing, and pumpkin.
Special spices and sauce that goes in?
Nah, the flavour itself actually comes from the heating of the rocks.
Oh, really?
Well, it's smoke, so it has a very unique flavour. Every Hāngī that's done properly, like with fire and all that, you'll have that distinct flavour.
How long has this tradition been around, cooking it in an earth oven?
Way beyond, like hundreds of years. Our ancestors cooked like this every time. It was more for big gatherings. It was a lot easier to cook big for big crowds this way.
So how many does that feed?
That one there, I mean, you could feed up to 250 people in one of them.
250 people, wow.
Yeah.
All right, dinner is served and this is a feast. And every single dish has elements of local traditional flavors and ingredients. First is the horopito infused Highland egg. So pretty much a Scotch egg infused with horopito. Horopito is a native tree of New Zealand that has medicinal properties and it has a very peppery flavor. Egg beautifully fried, very crispy texture on the outside. It's meaty, it's very rich, especially with the eggs. And the horopito element is in the sauce for the Scotch eggs. It's really earthy, you definitely taste the peppery flavor. I wish there was more sauce on the plate. That's excellent sauce. I think that would have cut down the richness of the Scotch egg by a lot. By the way, there's a lot of dishes going around today representing different cultures because Chef Yuri here, who's an executive chef here, he's Māori, and then the chefs working for him are from all over the world. So the menu changes for this place all the time. And he asked them to come up with a fusion dish, marrying the flavors, delicacies, and cooking techniques of their own culture with those of Māori origin. That's why see the confit duck sitting right over there. Before that, take a bite of salad. Can I cleanse my palate a little bit? I want to taste this duck. By the way, this tribe that's hosting us today is the Tauhara tribe, and the duck is a delicacy for them. And this duck in particular is marinated for 12 hours in star anise, rock salt, cinnamon, and then confited for a further 4 hours and served with orange, walnut, and watercress salad, which is delicious. And the chef was telling me the reason the duck is served is because back in the day, they would preserve food in fat. So the confit duck is a representation of that cooking method. That duck is out of this world. I can't believe this is just appetizers. Main course is not even here yet. I love duck because of how fatty it is, and this thing is definitely fatty. Oh my gosh. That bite with tons of fat is just pure melt in your mouth. Butter. There's so much flavor in this duck. You can definitely taste the star anise. Look at the juice that's on the bottom. Oh, look how thick and rich that is. Oh my gosh. Oh, that gravy is just beautiful. Eat it with some bread. This is called rawana. It's a traditional Māori bread served with smoked cultured butter. And when this comes to the table, it is a sight to behold. Ooh, it smells so smoky. Bread is chewy, hint of sweetness. So smoky. This butter is like eating a smoky cloud. Dunk a little bit of this into the duck gravy. Oh my gosh, I love this dish. And if it gets too rich, chase it with some of the salad. Balances that right out. And check this out. Inside the duck leg, slices of duck breast. Drizzle some gravy onto the duck breast. Flavor is out of this world. It is so perfect. Can't get enough of this smoky butter. I love having that buttery smokiness in my mouth from the butter when I take a bite of the duck. This all works so well together. Just a absolutely beautiful dish. All right, main dish is here. Everything looks so good. First, this is Hāngī tandoori fusion chicken. It's basically traditional tandoori spice chicken cooked in a Hāngī oven. Look at this juicy chicken. Ooh, this thing smells smoky and nice. Oh my God. How freaking tender is this? This chicken is falling off the bones. Oh my God, tender, juicy, great blend of spices with a little bit of heat. This is so freaking wonderful. Next, it's fire pit roasted local pork belly and basted with Māori and Philippine spices. So it's kind of like a Māori lechon fusion dish. I'm so excited for this pork belly. And you can see the pork belly glistening with all that wonderful juice and fat. There's chilies on top, scallions, a little sauce on the side. I'm just gonna grab a whole piece of pork belly. Oh my God. I love this. Wow. Underneath the crispy skin. This thing absolutely melts as soon as you give it a chew. Chilies on top. Gives it a little additional heat if you need it. By the way, this dipping sauce on the side, it's vinegary, it's spicy, it cuts down the richness of the fat. Next is a basket of vegetables. Oh, this looks pretty. There's sweet potatoes, there's Māori potatoes, and there's pumpkin with bread stuffing. So this is the kumara sweet potato, and the purple one is the Māori potato. I think this is the pumpkin. It's so soft. This is the bread stuffing. Wow, this is phenomenal. It's so fluffy. It's very buttery, earthy. It's so fragrant. It almost tastes like there's truffle in here. It's soft, it's pillowy, it's airy. This thing just got a ton of flavor. That is so good. Finally, this is the Hāngī beef cheeks. This is a Fijian and Māori fusion dish with red wine, shallots, garlic, lemon zest. This thing is tender. Oh yeah. You do not need your teeth to eat this. This is beyond melts in your mouth. Wow. Oh, and this part, look at this. This part is all fat. Oh my God, that's the best piece. They're so gelatinous. Chase it with some of this awesome bread stuffing. These two dishes go so well together. There's one more thing on the table. This is a basket of roasted lamb. All these dishes came from the Hāngī oven. So what's really interesting about these dishes is that, obviously I think the tandoori chicken has a lot of spices. Everything else, not a lot of spices, but you taste a very unique smoky umami emanating from the meats. Also the meat dishes, tender as can be, especially the tandoori chicken, the beef cheeks. That's stuff you can eat when you're 90 and have no teeth. Dessert is a mango panna cotta, and it has a candied kawa leaf on top. Oh, this is ridiculous. This panna cotta tastes like fresh mangoes. This is absolutely delightful. This whole meal, this whole evening has been nothing short of amazing. I got to learn a little bit about the local Māori culture, take part in some games and a haka, and finally sit down to a delicious and very plentiful meal. And everyone I've met tonight, everyone I've interacted with tonight, not only were they so warm and nice, you can tell they got a lot of energy and love for their culture, their heritage. And this has been a perfect way to wrap up my trip here in New Zealand. And as always, all the information for everywhere I went today is listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.